What's up, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Connor is on the mic and on the stream once again. It's time, guys, for Matchweek. I think 6 Premier League predictions, guys. Let's go straight into things, guys. Some big games this week, including the Man City and Liverpool game, and Manchester United taking on Everton. Here we go, guys. So first up, we have a huge game this week, guys, and it is Brighton against Burnley. Now, that game is currently 0-0 in the Amex Stadium. South Coast, of course, it's cold and dark, miserable Friday evening, but I think it'll be a big game for both sides this evening. I think Brighton only got one win so far in the two draws. I think will be looking to get more points, especially with their team. They've got more quality, of course, than Burnley. Burnley haven't even won yet. They've put 1 point in the road this season, and will be looking to get back into terms where they feel comfortable this season. Now, as I say, quality is in Brighton's side. Manager is argument. I think Burnley have a better manager personally, but Brighton are at home. I can't see it being. Will it be goals? Since I don't even know. I think it'll be 1-1 cagey affair. I don't think anyone's good enough to win, but I don't think anyone's bad enough to lose. Next up now, guys, and it's a game at 8 p.m. on Friday night kickoff in an hour's time, where Southampton, the South Coast as well, taking on Newcastle at home. And Newcastle, of course, are a funny old side. They are unbeaten in the road this season in their 4 travelling games, I think. But Southampton could go top with a win this evening, or they are missing Danny Ings. But Shea Adams is a man that might be hitting into form very soon. They're really going to have to rely on him and change their style of play, but if they want to keep scoring goals. Now, they had a brilliant game last weekend, Southampton, and the weekend before against Everton, so they're on a bit of form recently, with 13 points from their opening few games. However, Newcastle are a tough side, as I said. I think Southampton will win this 2-1. It's either 1-0 or 2-1. I think Southampton will home advantage, but it'll be a very close game and a cagey affair, guys, as well. And the winner, it's a big win for whoever can win this, guys, because both teams will be looking at this and saying, you know what, winnable. By the way, goals in the last game I'm going to go with is, I think McAllister will come off the bench and score for Brighton. No, Connolly, not McAllister, Connolly. And I think for Burnley, I think Chris Wood will score. Oh yeah, and the goals then in Newcastle Southampton, I think Shea Adams will score for Southampton. I think Ward-Prowse will score for Southampton, or Gineppo, one of them. And then I think for Newcastle, I think we'll see Alan Saint-Maximin score. And to the next game now, guys. It's 12:30 kickoff tomorrow, and it's Everton hosting Manchester United in a huge game. And Everton are actually ahead of United here in the table, and by quite a bit. United, of course, haven't won at home this season. Yeah, now they are away, which is, it's both bit of their better form this season. But of course, that defeat to Istanbul Başakşehir the other night, away from home in Turkey, was not a brilliant result for them. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer lost their last 2 games, of course, and won a home defeat to Arsenal last weekend as well. However, they'll be helped by the boost of the recovery of the introduction of, once again, of Anthony Martial after his suspension is over after that red card for Spurs a few weeks ago. Now, Everton only missing Richarlison and Delphi here will be, Richarlison's a goal scorer, he's under striker up top. He always caused a lot of problems after missing the Liverpool game a few weeks ago. They're not really right without him. They've only picked up 1 point since then, so it's going to be a tough game for them after losing against Newcastle the weekend and Southampton the weekend before. However, you'd expect Everton to bounce back, but Ole, when he needs a result, he gets one with United, and I think they'll be up for today, and Everton are in a bad run right now. Quality over quantity, guys. 2-1 United, and I think goals are going to come from Martial will get one, and I think Rashford will get one, guys. I think Everton will score from James Rodriguez. No, I think he'll set up. I think the Corey will score his first goal for Everton tomorrow, guys. Yeah, there we go. And on to the next game now, and it's a 3 o'clock game against newly promoted Leeds United. Travel to South London to take on Crystal Palace in Sellers Park. Now, this is an interesting one because both teams are very different. Leeds like to go for it. Palace like to sit back and hit you in the counter at their own pace, or play the game at their own pace. But I think Leeds are a bit of all over the place kind of team. They're like Wolves in a way. They like to score a lot of goals, but they're a bit more open defensively and a bit less quality. It could go either way. I think Palace will give them a game, but Leeds are Leeds, and it's hard to see anyone stopping them in it. It's a tough one to call. I think I don't want to go 2-1 again because I don't know what it'll be. I think it'll be 3-1 Leeds, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's 2-1 Leeds either. I think goals are going to come from. I think Alioski will come off the bench and score for Leeds. First goal for him in a while. I think Bamford will score, and I think Click will score a penalty. I think for Palace, I think Batshuayi is going to score, but other than that, that's it. And on to the next game now, and it's a big game. It's 5:30 tomorrow in the Premier League, where Chelsea hosts Sheffield United, and both sides of the table Tell different stories. Chelsea, well, Sheffield United, we'll start with them, I suppose, first. They haven't even won this season. They've scored, I think, 4 goals in their opening few games, and 2 of those were penalties. So not brilliant sight for them this season now, and conceded way more at this stage this season than they've already had last season in the Premier League. Maybe second season syndrome they are suffering. However, Chelsea, meanwhile, have kept clean sheets in their last 5 games with Edward Mendy in the net. Also, Thiago Silva making a very impressive start to Chelsea life after his rocky start in a 3-3 draw to West Brom. I think Chelsea overall, I think they're missing, of course, Havertz, who's coronavirus. Wish him well. And Werner's starting to kick into a bit of form though now up top as well. Pulisic is an injury now. Ziyech is starting. He scored last weekend and got an assist. I can see Chelsea having enough for a Sheffield United side who don't really score goals here and like to concede a lot. I think 3-1 will be for Chelsea. I think Ziyech will get one. I think Werner will get one. I think Mount will get one. I think for Sheffield United, I think McGoldrick will score one. Or McBurney, whoever plays. And on to the next one now, and it's a big game on Sunday, guys. Where is the game on? At 12, let me check. Still in all Brighton Burnley, and 10 minutes or so plus added time that game, so probably be 0-0 draw there, guys. And then Sunday the early game, West Brom and Tottenham at 12 p.m. now. Tottenham Hotspur, where do we start with them? Good win in Europa League, give it to them over during the week, away to Ludogorets from Bulgaria. Meanwhile, West Brom, the name says it all. They're boring. They can't score against Fulham. What's up with them, man? You know, they have a few good attacking creative players in there for where they are in the league. Dingana, Austin, they've got good defensive. Ivanovic, veteran back there, experienced player. They've got second midfield, Aksabanovic in there. They got him back from the Croatian midfielder. They have a few good players, to be fair, in there. But Tottenham, to be fair to them, are a good side. I was somewhere between 2-0 and 3-1 Tottenham here. I think they're too bad defensively not to concede. So I'm going to make sure they concede. I think it'll be 3-1 Tottenham. I think they just have too much of them. And they'll want to keep going with the form after resting a few players. I think Bale will score. I think Kane will score. I think Berkman will score, guys. I think for West Brom, we're going to see if Livermore plays for them anymore. If he doesn't, he doesn't play for them. Otherwise, I think we're going to see Dean Gannon score. And next up now, and it's a huge game in the King Power Stadium. Leicester City hosting Wolves in a early European clash of the season at 2 o'clock on Sunday. Now Wolves, they're in a bit of form recently, of course. It's all starting to click together now. But Leicester 4-0 demolition of Braga, the Portuguese men, at home on Thursday night in the Europa League. And they're at home again this weekend. They'll want to kick into form and put themselves in a real, big position in the league. They can go top with a win, and Wolves can go join top too. So a lot of stuff on the line for both sets of teams. I think home advantage won't really matter here. I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be 2-2, guys. And I think goals for Leicester will come by Maddison. And I think we're going to see, I think it's got to be Vardy to score. I think for Wolves we're going to see Jimenez score. Hasn't scored in a while. And I don't think Semedo will score. I think he'll get an assist. Neither Johnny. I think Neto will score, guys, as well. On to the next game now, and it's the big one arguably this weekend on Sunday at 4:30. Manchester City hosting Liverpool, and where do we go? Liverpool are missing a lot of players. Matip could still be out. Of course, Virgil van Dijk still out. Fabinho is probably still going to be out. And things still looking good for Liverpool despite all his injuries. Jota's kicking into a bit of form. Phillips got man of the match against West Ham. Reece Williams got player of the month in the under-23s. And the only dodgy one is Thiago is out for Liverpool. Meanwhile, City, they haven't really got any concerns. I suppose all players are coming back to be fully fit. Aguero is still out, however, Gabriel Jesus, he's going to give a welcome return into the team after coming on in the last game against Olympiacos in the Champions League. It can only really go one or the other way here. I might sit in defence for this. Either 1-1 or 2-2. I think it'll be 2-2, guys. There's not enough goals in these though. They're all cagey games. No one wants to lose these games, because if you lose this, you're already in huge trouble. It'll be a very fascinating game to see how it goes. It's in the Etihad. That season it finished in a City win. This season I'm not sure. I think it's going to be City. I think goals are going to come from Jesus and Kevin De Bruyne for City. For Liverpool, I think we're going to see goals. Where's that? Leave it for 20 past. Goals are going to come from. I think we're going to see Jota score, guys, and I think we're going to see Wijnaldum score. Actually, Jota will sit up Salah, and Wijnaldum will score Salah, right? Next game now, guys, the final game on Sunday evening football. It is a game, huge one indeed as well, between Arsenal and Aston Villa in the Emirates Stadium in North London. Now, Arsenal are an interesting side, of course. They always like to, they've definitely got better defensively, and no doubt their attack is coming along too. Pepe started a bit of form. Aubameyang scored last weekend, and Elneny and Partey are performing unbelievable roles in their CDM partnership in the midfield. Villa haven't won in their last 2 games, and after a 7-2 win against Liverpool, they've kind of lost the plot a bit, despite their players. Villa are a good side. They beat them to stay up last time at home last season after Project Restart and after lockdown. But Arsenal are at home, they're too overpowered. I think it'll be 2-1 Arsenal. I think we're going to see goals coming. 2-1 or 3-1 Arsenal. I think it'll be 2-1 Arsenal. I think Partey will score his first goal for the club, and I think Aubameyang will score. I think for Aston Villa, I think Jack Grealish is going to score. That's going to be the predictions, guys, video for this weekend of the Premier League fixtures. Hope you enjoyed. Click like on the video if you did. Enjoy. Subscribe and comment for any further videos, guys. I'm back next stream. Back again. See you guys. Take care. Peace.